Hey family, we're back in the raised bed garden today. I didn't get through with weeding and just tidying up this area, so that's what we're doing today. The raised bed garden, for the most part, is my perennial garden. I found a nursery near my house that has soil, mulch, rocks, so I'm really excited about that. Actually, I might go a little bit later this morning to see if I can get some mulch. Before I have a visitor in the garden this morning that's giving me some anxiety. Let me show you that. But anyway, if you're new to supersfarm, thanks for joining us. My name is Michelle, and I am doing some homesteading, gardening here in East Texas Zone 8B. And our last frost has come and gone, so it's time to get rolling. Thanks for joining. Peace. Alright, so if you follow me on any of my social media, I've been talking about this thing all morning. I don't know when this YouTube video is going to get posted, but there is some type of snake in my grow bag, and I really don't get so much into like, oh, it's a good snake, no, it's a bad snake, oh, it's a friendly snake. I don't get into all that. It's a snake, and and it gives me a little bit of anxiety knowing that it's just in there. I'm working in the bed, so I'm not working in that grow bag. All right, so I got 2 of my L-shaped, my corner beds weeded. And I put the weeds into like just an old flower pot because I throw these to the chickens. The chickens love the dandelions, they love the chickweed, of course the clover, and you know, stuff like that. There's a bunch of plantain in here. So get to know your weeds if you have chickens, because this is fodder. This is future eggs. I've said it before. And if you don't have chickens, then I would recommend you still get to know your weeds so you can know what is good for your compost and what you should probably burn. Or you can just leave them. You know, like for example, I have this kidney weed. Let me show you guys that. This is also called dichondra, but it's popularly known as kidney weed, and people pay for this. People pay for this ground cover. This is a baby pine, so we pull those guys. We don't want pine trees growing in our beds. But the dichondra, or the kidney weed, I leave because it's a very nice ground cover, and it is invasive, and I'm not going to sit here and pick all of this. Last year I had a papaya in this bed, and I grew peppers in this bed, and you can see I have some onions still that are popping up. And the point is that the dichondra, or the kidney weed, it doesn't like choke out whatever else you have growing. All right, so I just about wrapped up weeding this bed here, and there is a little tiny baby snake in here. First I thought it was a lizard, which I'm okay with, but no, it is a snake, and I can't put my eyes on it right now. It's running from me, of course, which is fine. But this is the horseradish. I see that it's coming back in little sections. So when I did my research for growing horseradish, apparently it comes back bigger and bigger every year. So I hope that is the case. I did leave that big cluster there of what I think are dandelions. It was really pretty, so I just left it. I may come to regret that as well as other choices I make in my garden, but you know what? I take it as a learning experience. These I planted this row here of hyacinth, and these are blackberries. Now these were supposed to be thornless blackberries that were going to grow all along this trellis, but somehow they have developed thorns. I don't know if they just breeded with the natural or like the wild blackberries I have growing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull all this chickweed. But anyway, I was hoping I could get little snake, Mr. Snake, on camera, but he's gone and I'm okay with that. So I have this bed here. I don't see too much going on other than that huge ant bed. Big geranium there in the middle, I'll pull that, and there's another one in that corner, I'll pull that, and that might be it for that bed. And this bed I have dianthus and lantana. I grew a bunch of zinnias, and I don't really see much going on in this bed except for the dianthus and the lantana, which are in this corner. So I will go ahead and just clean everything out in this bed. This fig tree is coming back nicely, and I don't think this guava is going to come back. I rescued this guava from one of the big box ICUs, but I don't think she had enough time to set some roots before our winter, because from what I understand, guava will survive a winter. You know, we don't have harsh winters here in Texas. I mean, we had, what, 3 days of freezing, or 3 different freezing spells for a couple days rather. Anyway, so next I want to go ahead and get my herbs planted. The oregano is coming back beautifully. Oh, it smells so nice. Sage is coming back lovely. And I have some thyme there. It's actually lemon thyme, which I was excited to grow. All right, family, so it is a little bit later in the day. I actually don't need my hat. We took a little break and we went to Tractor Supply, so I'll throw in some footage about that now. All right, peace family, we're here at Tractor Supply today. Super's got to get some T-post, and I'm gonna go raid the clearance aisle. Tractor Supply has their trees out. They got fruit trees, assorted peach. I don't know how much their trees are. $38.99. Assorted peach. Actually, some nice sized trees for basically 40 bucks. I don't see how much the apple tree is. These are looking sad. I'm sort of disappointed about this. Look at this. That is so sad. Oh, look, they have birdies. Oh. Baby chick. Yeah, the Tractor Supply by our house is all sold out of chicks too. Oh my goodness. Every Tractor Supply is a little different where they have their clearance section. This one is a little sad. Alright, so if you have transplants that were not grown up outside, like if you got them from a nursery or you were growing them indoors. I think the best way to transplant those seedlings is to do them later in the day. If you plant them early in the day, I find that it's a little bit hard on the plant. The plant ultimately will recover, but if you don't have to go through that stress of seeing your plant go like this to like this, then why even go through that stress? So I like to plant my transplants as much as possible. Sometimes it's just not possible. Maybe I have something planned in the evening or whatever. But as much as possible, I like to plant my transplants out into the garden later in the day. So it's about 4 or 5 o'clock right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get these herbs planted. Now, I noticed that they're already struggling in the heat. They've been outside since I got them a few days ago, and they're struggling. So I gave them some water, and I'm gonna go ahead and get them planted. They are perennials. I do have faith they will be okay, but you know, if you're not used to that, it can be a little concerning when you see your brand new baby plants that were all bright and beautiful at the nursery or in your grow room or wherever you're growing them, and then when you bring them outside they just kind of go limp. So just FYI on that. Okay, so I have these Icterina sage. I'm gonna go ahead and get those planted. I was checking to see if that snake, which we determined is a copperhead, a little baby copperhead, was still in that grow bag, and I don't see it. Carlos, the cat that adopted me, she's been patrolling and strolling, so maybe she had lunch, I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yes, I'm talking about you. Did you eat that copperhead snake? Look, say hi to the people. Did you adopt them too? I can't pick you up right now. We gotta do some planting. We gotta do some planting. Yes, ma'am. So let me see if you guys can see the sage I already have. Just a normal, you know, big box store garden sage. This will be the second year for the sage. Excuse me, Carlos. You're in my way, girl. This here. So this came back from last year. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off those limbs, but I'm thinking the new sage, I'll tuck it in. This is thyme, oregano, so I'm thinking I'll tuck in the new sage here, right in here. So nice. Little cushion. In the strawberry patch. Why are you in the strawberry patch? I have some compost that I'm going to just put on the top of the bed once I get everything planted. So I'm actually not going to fertilize the whole. I normally just throw some bone meal and blood meal in, but I'm not going to do that this time. Actually, I'm just going to top it with some compost. Go hunt something. Go hunt something. Don't hunt my sage, girl. Don't hunt my sage. Carlos. You're being... well, I'm so sorry. You are nosy. You are nosy. So nosy. Okay, next I have the rosemaries. lastly, we have some marjoram. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna water in those herbs that we just planted. I have containers for the mint. I'll get those planted, and I'm still trying to figure out where I want my containers to go this year. I'm thinking up by the work shed because I still do have my 9-to-5 in which I work every day, and so I know I'll be going to the work shed every day, versus where I had the greenhouse previously is where I had my containers, but there's no greenhouse there, and I don't think I'm going to be going to that side for any other reason. And I don't think I would be diligent enough and consistent enough to head over there, you know, if I put them in that same spot. Just being honest. So much. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all of our subscribers. We are humbled, we are blessed, and we are very grateful that you've chosen to follow us on this journey. Peace and blessings, family, from Supersfarm.